Have you ever felt like your health is just not in the right place and you just cannot find the answer to it? Well, the good thing is, this video is going to fix that problem. I know. Amazing. First, I want to tell you a bad thing, or bad news. And that is that you have a disease. You have been diseased, my friend. You didn't want it, but you got it. And in this video, I'll cover how you can destroy it. What is this disease even? How can you subconsciously destroy it in your mind and actually obtain back your soul and live a better life? It's dramatic, but it's really fucking important because this actually is happening right now as I'm speaking this. Your cells are getting destroyed. Like you're actually digesting your own cells. Crazy, I know. So if you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is Žarko, and God told me that you're infected, and I'm making this video to purify your fucking ass. But jokes aside, I help busy and ambitious entrepreneurs to sort out their health, their fitness, get jacked, build some muscle, and make more money as a result of all of that. Because if you have better health and fitness, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to make more money. And so the first thing you have to realize is what this disease even is. What is a cellular digestion disease? What is this thing? It's your own body that is damaged, digesting itself. It's your own body trying to survive. And by trying to survive, it's literally digesting your own cells to make it happen. And so when I was younger, I had this disease called candidate. I was 10 years old, and I lost a bunch of weight that year. I was really sick. I couldn't eat most of the foods. Even staying awake was hard. Studying for school was hard. I just don't wish anybody to go through this thing. But the reason why I'm telling you this right now is because I made myself do that without even realizing, because I thought some things are healthy for me that weren't healthy for me. And so lately you've been doing stuff that is triggering this disease without even realizing. Essentially, this disease is so subconscious that even if you would want to know what it is, you don't know what it is, because you just keep on doing it over and over again because you believe the things you believe to be true. And my friend, because of your belief, you're fucked. So if you look at the health as a general kind of theme, you have three sectors: diet, sleep, and exercise. And if you look at digestion, it's mostly impacted by your food, by which thing you eat. So to fix your digestion or this disease, you have to change your diet, because from your diet comes most of the energy in your day. If your diet is crap, your energy levels will also be crap. I'm telling you right now. That is how it works. So you might be wondering right now, but wait, how does it make sense? How does it make sense that I have been believing this all of my life and I'm still sick? I'm still damaging my body. Well, good. Because there is only a couple of reasons, or many reasons why this is the case. And only three reasons. First reason is because you have been eating chemically refined foods. Sugars, seed oils. Now, sugar itself isn't as bad as people think. It actually can be beneficial for some people. But sugars that these companies make, that cereal companies make, that other garbage industries make, that sugar is literally killing you. And that is without even a joke. Next, of course, seed oils. If you don't know what this is, look at any single thing in a supermarket that is packaged and that is in a whole food. You're going to find guaranteed at least one seed oil ingredient inside of it. It's canola, rapeseed, what else? Sunflower, soybean. These are horrible for you. Like they literally, and I mean literally, cause your mitochondria to stop working. They have a couple of phases, like your mitochondria has a couple of phases to make the ATP or energy. These seed oils, what they do is they come into your mitochondria and they cut the process in half. They say, nope, it's enough. And so you have less energy. Have you wondered ever why when you eat bad food, you feel sluggish, you feel tired, you feel slow? Because of this. So if you eat chemically refined foods, you're going to feel like ass, no matter what you try to do. Next is naturally occurring pesticides. Naturally occurring pesticides are pesticides in plants. So the only reason why, if you didn't know this, why pesticides are still a thing in some countries, not in every single one. I'm talking about America that has 40 plus ingredients that are banned in every single country in the world, but they still have it for some reason. Why? I don't know. But if you look at America, they have this pesticide called glyphosate, which is shown that in rats and mice studies, trials, can actually quite literally kill them, and also fish. The reason why it's not banned is because 0.01% of pesticides you consume as a human when you eat plants is from these things, is from these chemically processed or chemically made pesticides. Most of the pesticides in human diet is actually from plants. And if you don't believe me, search it up. Google it. You can actually see this. I recommend, by the way, reading this book. It's called Carnivore Code. It's by Paul Saladino. Amazing fucking book. The guy talks about how essentially broccoli and also like lettuce and cabbage, they have 40 plus known carcinogenic pesticides inside of them. And we still eat these things. Wonder why you're sick right now. Anyway, the average person eats around 1 pound of this thing every single day. Now, the average person, when I say average, I don't mean like guy who eats burgers and cheeseburgers. I mean person who actually has decent diet, who doesn't eat processed food. That is what I mean by average person over here. But the person who eats a bunch of veggies, bunch of like plants, he eats about 1 pound of this, maybe even like more, depending on if he's vegetarian or not. But he eats about 1 pound of this thing, which can actually quite literally like cause cascade of problems, like literally cascade of problems. Like it can actually give you cancer, which is insane. And we still think it's good for us. And the third thing is defense chemicals that plants produce to defend themselves. So not only are there pesticides, you also have defense chemicals, which if you don't know how they essentially work, is people think, oh, these foods, they have antioxidants. Wow, cool. Nice. But what you don't realize is that, yes, they have so-called antioxidants, but the way they trigger them, you never thought, did you? The way broccoli, that is called antioxidant, gets these antioxidants to work is by himself being pro-oxidant. Is by him damaging your DNA, and so your body has to make more of good antioxidants for your body. That is how he's antioxidant. Like, think of it like this. If you damage your muscle in short term, your body is going to grow more muscle, right? But just because you damage it doesn't mean it's going to grow in the long term. Just because there is small short-term growth doesn't mean it's going to go for the rest of your life. As people think, oh, but if I eat more antioxidants, I'm going to have... No, you're not going to have. Because how it works is different. It damages your DNA, and so your body's like, oh, wait. Oh, we need to eat, or we need to produce more of this thing that actually does repair our DNA. Let us produce more of it. And that is how there's quote-unquote antioxidants, even though they're not. They're pro-oxidants who just destroy DNA, and they're so-called antioxidants, even though they're not. And I don't even want to go, like, this is one of them is like sulforaphane, which is actually shown, like, if it binds to something else, like, I don't even know those chemical names, but you can actually, like, Google this and search this. If it binds to something, some more chemical inside of these plants, it can actually damage your gut, and it can actually quite literally destroy your DNA. But over and over again, it showed that in mice and rat studies, they get extremely sick if they have, or even sometimes die if they have a lot of this sulforaphane in their body, because how it essentially works is sulforaphane goes into your cell, it literally explodes the cell, like without even joke, it actually can explode your cell. That is why I said, like, you're digesting your own cells, because you eat the sulforaphane, cell blows up, it explodes, and it can also damage other good cells. People say how it's good for cancer treating. Yes, but it's only because it is destroying cells, but it can also destroy your own good healthy cells, which is actually also happening. So that is why you quite literally have this disease, the digestion problem. Now you might like, okay, but what am I supposed to do right now? I get it. What now? Simple. You are still subconsciously doing this. That is the problem. I didn't put this as a presentation like this. Looks better. The problem is you're still subconsciously doing this. You still are subconsciously believing that plants, vegetables are amazing for you. So if I would ask you right now, what comes to your mind when I say vegetables? Health, longevity, fiber, healthy gut microbiome. Well, my friend, garbage. Garbage. All these fuckers were lying. Every single one. But you might be saying, but wait, how can you say that? How can you say they're all lying when you have all these studies? Well, my friend, again, you don't realize how these studies are being done. These studies are being done in such a stupid manner, in such a stupid way. Like, think about it like this, for example. If I would ask you right now, so we're doing a study. Imagine I'm a scientist in a hoodie. How much red meat have you ate in last year? You don't know. How can you answer the question? You don't fucking know. And so what these studies essentially do is they have those types of studies, which are just bollocks, honestly. Like, they're just so shit. You can't even predict a shit with those studies. So they say, okay, how many red meat have you ate for last year? And you're like, I don't know, maybe this much amount. And you're just like estimating. You don't even know how much, first of all. Second of all, or second types of studies that the people conclude vegetables are healthy for you, is imagine you have two groups. One group of people are eating rich fiber diets. So they eat rich fiber diets. Essentially what this means is they're not eating junk food, because junk food is stripped away from fiber, because if you put fiber in with sugar, it's less sweet. And so every single junk food that you see is just stripped away from fiber. It's just starch, it's just sugar. Because junk food doesn't contain fiber. And the second group you have are all eating junk food which has red meat. And the worst thing is, second group is said to only eat red meat. So do you see the problem over here? People, what these studies essentially conclude is that people who eat fiber-rich diets, who just eat plants, who are actually real food, like these things are actually real, they actually exist. They're not made from fucking chemical compounds and heating up oils and then putting it in a fucking freezer and then unfreezing it and then putting it back into heat and then oxidizing it. Scientists conclude that if you eat food that is actually real and exists, it's better than food that doesn't even exist. Who would have fucking thought? Wow, genius, right? What you have to understand is that, of course, that is the case. Like, you don't even need a study to fucking be done to understand it. Even a retard with 3 fucking chromosomes can fucking understand this shit. I'm not being mean, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I'm just being real. Like, even person who does not know anything about nutrition can say, like, of course, man, why are you doing this kind of study? What they don't tell you is they never do study to compare people who are vegetarians and people who are carnivorous, or who eat mostly red meat and maybe some plants. When I say some plants, like fruit, for example, which is, I'll get to it later, but it's much less, it has much less plant toxins than vegetables, essentially. And so I've been wondering, but aren't vegetables still good for us? No. Because what they're not telling you in these studies is that most of these plants we deem as healthy are actually full of defense chemicals and full of pesticides, which we talked about just a second. And pesticides, they are bad for you. They are bad for you. Defense chemicals, the word says everything. It's supposed to defend the plant. If you eat a root of plant, if you eat a leaf of plant, for example, spinach, how do you think you're going to be healthy? Like, if you're eating a part of a plant does not want you to eat. Like, it does not make sense. Like, it literally does not make sense. Would you go around and hike on a hike and you would just eat some random plants? No, you wouldn't. Same with kale, same with spinach, same with broccoli, same with what else? That's pretty much it. Same with all of these foods. You would never fucking do that shit. Also with ginger, also with turmeric. You would never fucking do that shit. Why would you dig up roots of turmeric when you can just eat meat? Yeah, essentially, if you're still not sure about this, about healthy vegetables and how vegetables are actually bad for us, let me ask you another question. How can a plant defend itself? If it cannot run, it cannot hide, it cannot kick, scream. I mean, yeah, it cannot even kick and scream, but some can sting you. How can it defend itself? It can poison you. The only way. And it does it. But people don't know that because people are just quite literally uneducated. And it's not their fault. Like, it's not your fault that you don't know this thing. We're just literally uneducated to learn this. Like, you actually learn this thing, which is so funny in biology. Like, you know about like the arms race where essentially plants become more and more toxic for animals to not eat them, or for less animals to be able to eat them. And so animals develop better and better enzymes to be able to break down these plants. But you never really put it in a perspective. The thing is that like school doesn't teach you how to actually apply the knowledge, which is a completely different rant, but I don't want to go there. But essentially, if you want to learn more about these vegetables and more about these plants, you can just watch my video. It's called Free Aesthetic Body Masterclass, and I break down their whole story and even toxins inside of each plant. I believe I did that there. If I didn't, I can just make a new video which I'm going to break down every single plant toxin, or most of the plant toxins. So even eating vegetables didn't make us humans. Even if we did actually eat vegetables when about 6 million years ago, with chimps and all other ancestors, but chimps are still fighting over a branch of tree and we're fighting over a penthouse. Big fucking difference. Eating meat, eating organs made us fucking humans. Simple as that. So how to stop the disease? You've come to this point. You realized everything. How to stop it? I fucking love to make these videos, man. They're so funny to make. So how to stop the disease? Step 0. Eliminate all the processed shit. So you cannot eat seed oils, no sugars. What else? Yep, that's pretty much it. No seed oils, no sugars. And when I say sugar, I mean processed sugar, like dextrose and all these things, like high fructose syrup. Those kinds of sugars you want to avoid like a fucking plague. That's step 0. Step 0.5. Eliminate gluten. Now I know people say, but gluten isn't that bad for you. And no. Eliminate gluten. Listen, it's like, even if you're not that sensitive to it, it still has impact. Like, you're not just fucking, you're not immune to this shit, man. Okay? Gluten can bind to your gut. It can cause problems. It can actually bind to your protein and it can actually cause problems. So don't eat gluten. Step 1. Eliminate leafy greens. Kale, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. All to the fucking trash bin. You don't want to eat those foods. I spoke about it. Defense chemicals. Again, you can see it in my other videos in the Free Aesthetic Body course. Step 2. Cruciferous vegetables. I hope I'm saying that right. These are all the vegetables that are rooty like vegetables. So carrot, onion, garlic, carrot, turmeric, ginger. These kinds of things you want to all eliminate. Because essentially what happens with these things is that, again, like, plant doesn't want you to eat its roots. Like, just think of it logically, okay? This is, by the way, life hack. If you think about which part of a plant does plant want you to eat, you're going to get less sick. And the only part of a plant that plants essentially wants you to eat is fruit. But even fruit can be questionable for some plants and for some humans, depending on what kind of problem you have. But essentially, if you're going to eat plants, eat fruit, which I'll also speak about later. Step 3, nightshades. Bell pepper, pepper, paprika, eggplant, tomato, potato. What else? You can just Google them. All these things you want to eliminate. Like they literally have, and I'm not even joking, they're from a family branch of plants. They can make you hallucinate some kind of bullshit things. They have a branch of family, like they come from the same family of all these poisonous plants that we know that can actually kill us. Okay, so be careful about that. Okay, nightshades are no go. Like you even know this like intuitively, man. If you just go to the forest, you would not eat fucking random things. You would just not go there and eat some random fucking thing on the floor. No. Use your primal brain for once. It is actually useful for some things, but not useful for many things. Intuition, and that is one. Step 4, nuts, beans. Nuts have the compound, or almonds have the compound called cyanide. Cyanide can actually kill you. It's used to kill emperors throughout the history. You can even Google this if you want. It's known. Like, people know what cyanide can actually do. And you guessed it, they're in almonds. For example, peanuts, they have SABG, or they increase your SABG to huge levels, which is essentially sex-binding globulin hormone, which is a protein-like hormone that can actually bind to your testosterone, to your estrogen, and that is why people have like low free testosterone. If you ever wonder why, if you take a blood test in your life and you see SABG high, that's why you have low testosterone. Beans also have things called, bean is a, first of all, seed, so get why that is bad. Beans also have things called lentils, which you can actually bind to your gut, again create inflammation. But there's like multiple reasons why beans are just bad for you. First of all, seed, because like seed is protected. Nuts, the same thing. They are, I can say for the nuts, they are more edible by humans, right? But it's still, plant doesn't want you to eat nuts. Like even that thing, so. And even like I think of it right now, the fat profile with nuts and beans is just not there. Like it's just not there. Especially with nuts. Like there is a lot of this, sometimes trans fat, sometimes other types of fat that you just don't want to eat. And they're full of, again, linoleic acid, which is not good for you. And step 5 is to eliminate all the pasteurized dairy. So pasteurized dairy is heated up dairy that gets broken down, it's whey protein. So it's K2 protein gets broken down. And that is why people who are not lactose tolerant, they can actually like have pretty bad symptoms or pretty bad diarrheas if they eat pasteurized dairy. So make sure you don't eat pasteurized dairy. Simple as that. The way you know this is you buy raw dairy. Wow. So at this point, what do you eat? We eliminate most of the typical American food. What you can eat is grass-fed meat. I would even prefer ruminant meat. Chicken, pork is still fine, but listen, only if you know where it's coming from, because chicken and pork are monogastric animals. They have only one chamber, only one stomach, and if they eat soy and corn, they're going to get all those nutrients in their meat, and you're going to pretty much just eat soy and corn. Like it's that bad. So ruminant meat, go for beef, go for venison, go for bison, go for deer, elk. What else? I don't know. We get a point. Next thing you want to go for is pasture-raised eggs. Now you can even go with cage-free eggs. It is possible. You can eat whatever you want. Pasture-raised eggs are the best. If you buy an egg and it's not orange and it doesn't have a big yolk, or at least like it doesn't have this kind of like half of a sun shape, then that is a bad egg. That is how you know like if egg is bad or not. So if you buy pasture-raised eggs, or if you buy eggs in general, look for the color of the yolk. If it's not orange, it doesn't have a lot of omega-3s, and it has more omega-6s, which is shown to actually decrease your brain size in kids, and it's actually shown to decrease your cognitive performance. So make sure you have enough omega-3s by buying good fucking eggs. And also, yeah, pasture-raised eggs are just healthier for you. Again, there is even the better protein in the whites, and the yolk is just so much better. Fruit is the only one you can actually eat from the plants, because fruit is the one that plants want you to eat the most. Now, be careful about one thing: still get rid of the seeds, still get rid of the skin, because that is where the most chemicals that can actually damage you are. So be careful, or make sure you get rid of all those things. So skin and seeds. Honey, bust one to get is raw honey. If you can get it yourself on your hands on raw honey, then okay, fine, get organic one. But raw honey is going to be the best one. Organs, you don't have to eat organs. It isn't that important, but they are a good supplement. So you can even buy supplements like heart and soil with organs, like beef organs, but they're a bit more expensive, and they only, I think, do delivery for America. So if you're in America, cool. If not, I think you maybe can also find in Europe your own supplement company. Next is raw dairy. Talked about this. Raw dairy actually does contain good K2 protein, so you can actually get broken down and actually doesn't create inflammation or cause inflammation. And plus, you have a bacteria instead of a milk that can actually break down lactose. So it's win-win. Tallow has the best profile for fats that any single fat has, even better than olive oil, even better than pork fat, duck fat, better than any single fat, even ghee. But tallow is really good. Raw butter is also good. Again, I could also put here ghee. Those are the best sources of fat you can ever get. And of course, the last one is just raw cheese, which is made from raw dairy. Okay, so you can get raw dairy, raw cheese. You can also get like kefir, but make sure it's raw kefir made from raw dairy. And if you really want to eat plants, ferment them, like really ferment them, because that is the way. Actually the only way you can actually get away from all of the or most of the chemicals that are bad in plants. So, for example, if you would eat soy, like the difference between soy sauce and soy as a plant is that soy sauce is fermented, so it probably did get rid of like most of the chemicals, but there's probably still chemicals. And again, soy has a bunch of estrogen, but it's way better than, for example, just eating soy. Way better. So what can you then do after this, or the actionable step, is just buy all this food I gave you right now. Stop eating all of this garbage food. And by the way, like, just go slowly with these things, honestly. Like, if you go straight into this, you can actually just bounce back really fast. I would say if you eliminate processed shit, you got rid of most of the problems. But there's, again, still gluten, there's still leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables. But go slowly with this, okay? Because if you just jump straight into this, if you're somebody who cannot diet it properly, like, go slowly with this. And of course, if you need still help to implement all of these things, you can always book a call down below if you're somebody who is busy and a business entrepreneur who wants to get jacked, who wants to sort out his health, his fitness. Full transparency, it's a sales call. Like, don't book if you're not interested in product. If you are, cool, book a call. I have no shame in selling, by the way, so yeah. Because I was also in your position, I also didn't know what to do, and I feel like if I had somebody who would just say, okay, do this, eat like this, eat that, I would have get way further ahead than I'm right now. But anyway, if you want to follow me on other medias, see more of my content, you can go ahead and see me on Instagram. It's completely for free. You can even see my username. You can even see me on Instagram. But yeah, as always, stop this disease. Be healthy. Book a call if you're interested. And I don't know. That's it. Bye.